Hey, how's it going? I'm going to do a sea salt and watercolor with the HEB Himalayan pink salt. Now I have this tape just so I don't unscrew it while I'm grinding the salt. Unscrew the whole bottle because I did that with the white one. And I'm going to use Color Burst Powder Brights, and I bought these April 2024 and I haven't used them yet. I'm so embarrassed that that I have products that I've had for a while and I haven't used them. So let's see. I also have the earth tones, and those colors are burnt orange, terra verte, indigo, merlot, sepia, and yellow ochre. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to use those, but I did bring them out. And next week, I'm going to swatch these. So now you know. If you watched my last swatching video, I said I was going to do a water-soluble product, and that's what this is. So, I know I bought these 2 boxes. By the way, each of these sells for $35, and I'm not sure if I might have paid maybe $1 more last year. I cannot remember. I have to look. But 8 or 10 years ago, or 8 to 10 years ago, these were selling for $5 a bottle, and so they've gone up like about $5 since then. And I did a lot of research on the Color Burst powders yesterday on YouTube, and most people will use these for, or what I saw is that they were using them with stencils. And I'm a little confused as to who owns these powders, because the first person I found was Ken Oliver, and there you can buy Ken Oliver Color Burst powders on Amazon. They sell for $35.70 for each pack of 6, plus $11.95 for shipping and handling. I did not pay. These are not, these come from Contact USA. And there is, here it says Contact Crafts LLC, made in USA. And it says that on each of the packages, the bottom of each of these packages. So, okay, the colors are, put them already in my order, in the rainbow order. Here they're showing kind of like the rainbow order. Alizarin crimson, orange, lemon yellow, phthalo green, ultramarine blue, and violet. So we are going to do, I am going to do the, you know, my 3 favorite colors, the green, blue, and violet there. And I don't think I'm going to do the earth tones like I said, but I don't know, maybe I could. I don't know. Anyway, this paper, this big paper is Fabriano cold press 140 pound watercolor paper, and I want to put that underneath. And then I'm also going to use the Prudiat watercolor paper 140 pound, and this is hot press. This is hot press, and I didn't realize that it was hot press because on the pad of paper it doesn't even tell me what the brand name is. I had to write that on there. Also, I'm going to use Haute Art Studio hot press watercolor paper, and the reason that I bought this one is not even white, it's kind of like an off-white there, And the reason I bought this is because the Oat Art Studio paper is no longer, well, it's out of stock. It just keeps saying it's out of stock. And of course, there's that little thing that says, little description that says, we don't know if this is ever going to come back in stock. And I can buy the pad of paper if I get the watercolor kit. And sometimes, the last time I looked, that was also out of stock. Sometimes that's in stock, sometimes that's out of stock. But I don't want to keep buying the watercolor kit just to get the paper. Why can't they make the paper available? I have no idea. Oat Art Studio, if you're watching this, please make your paper available. I love it. It creates really good designs, watercolor and sea salt designs on this paper. Okay, also I have 2 crayons here by Crayola, Silly Scents and Twistables. Okay, so the reason I put the paper underneath is because when I add these and the water, the water. Just a minute. Water with vegetable glycerin is because I want to create a design below that. And it's on a silicone sheet, which is on my purple mat. Layers. Always craft in layers. Oh, that's dress in layers when it's cold. It's not cold. Although we are getting a cold front Monday, I think. Lovely. I think much of the nation is going to get hit with this cold front. So it's going to be super cold in the north and semi-cold down where I live. We're going to feel it because it's been 80s all week. And next week it's going to be 50s. 50s during the day. That's going to hurt for us, but that's the way it is. Okay, I'm going to also do one at a time. So we're going to do the Oat Art Studio one first. I labeled it with... Oh, that's another thing. Like, sometimes I don't label the back of the card with what I used. And I think that's true with this. Oat Art Studio with water and vegetable glycerin and sea salt. But I think that was that the Winsor & Newton one? Were these the Winsor & Newton colors? I don't know. Also, Oat Art Studio with water and sea salt. Interesting. I'm not going to do the comparisons or anything like that. I'm just going to use water with vegetable glycerin, pink Himalayan sea salt from the grocery store, and these 3 powders, Phthalo green, ultramarine blue, and violet. And they come off. They do not, even though they have this grip here, they don't screw off, which I find interesting. Okay, another thing is when people do these things, they don't, you have to use them sparingly. So I saw a bunch of videos, people doing, even Ken Oliver doing, putting a stencil down and then tapping the bottle to get some of the color out and then hitting it with water and creating these awesome designs. Oh, another thing. I said, I'm going to try the crayons. So I'm going to do, hopefully, I'm laughing because my artwork is, that's why I do abstract all the time, by the way. I'm just going to do, I'm going to do a tree. That's a horrible tree, but abstract tree. Oh, I need brown. Let's do a tree. I thought about adding white to this, but now like leave some open areas there. I don't have brown. I have these in a big old jar, this big jar. end. I guess I'm gonna add some. So it's gonna keep that white in there because I'm shading in those white areas with white. How do I do this? Also want to do this. Look like it's snowing, and I gotta put that off to the left there. I know. Ooh, so I'll just do this. Whoever heard of pine trees that look like this is horrible. That's okay. I'm willing to try it for you. For those of you who think you can't draw, you can draw. Can you draw? This is kind of a nice fluffy one. It's not quite as, I'm gonna put like here. Go over the white a little. I kind of want it to be a little bushier there, you know, like the leaves sticking out. Yeah, this isn't really what I had in mind, but we're just gonna do it. Christmas is over. Actually, Christmas has just begun. Today is the 3rd day of Christmas, and when you watch it, if you watch it on Sunday, it'll be the 4th day of Christmas. Oh wait, okay. So we're gonna do add some snow on the side there, and even though I can't even see it, can you see it? And I want some green snowflakes, since I just started coloring the paper here because I'm gonna color this in. I just colored the green tree with the white crayon, and then I took the white crayon without taking off any of that green. Add it right to the paper there. I can see little spots of green there. We'll see how this looks. Are you excited? I know, I'm very excited. This is too uniform, or too smooth or something, you know? There's not enough leaves, I'm sorry, branches or needles sticking out. This is a very fat tree. It's not too bad from what I'm looking at. Like, wow, abstract Christmas trees or something. So I hope you had a wonderful holiday off. Some people don't celebrate Christmas. I get it. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year. Okay. Now I want to do... So maybe I'll do this. I don't think it's gonna take on here. I probably shouldn't have done the green there. It's very saturated, what I was told. It was very saturated. Okay, so I want to see if I can I move the... No. No, I can't. I don't know why I'm twisting that. I want to remove this. Oh, see now, look at that. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Can I remove it with my handy dandy eraser? Okay, let's see. Oh, I hear the train. I like listening to the train. I was hoping for... That's not gonna work. what I was hoping for was to put the green down here. Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna keep that on there. And it did take some of the green off of there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You know, these aren't very... Do I have to shake these? You can shake them, but... Those are pretty big granules there. These seem to be as granule... You can give a slight squeeze. Okay, and a slight squeeze. That's a lot. That's a lot of blue there. Okay, let me see. There's no shaking. Wait, I can kind of feel it. Yep. Maybe I'll put this over here. And I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to stain my fingers. This is interesting. I can't even squeeze it. Is it one? This is my paper clip box. Okay, this one. This one that I created a handle for. I think it's... Okay, it is coming out more. But these are not the fine powders that everybody's talking about. So that, I find that interesting. Let me wipe off the purple here. I could not even squeeze this one. I can't squeeze this one. Well, now I can a little bit, but and this one I could squeeze. The green one, I don't think I tried it. This one has the most. That's gonna be a lot. I probably put too much on, because what I've noticed is that people put a lot on. So they're like, oh, you don't want to put a lot on. And then I watched a bunch of people right after they said that put a lot on here. Okay, so I'm going to put the cap aside, put things aside here, and put these over here. And I'm also going to do this. Somebody said do it like 8 inches. You know, who was that? Because I also watched Lindsay Wyrick do one of these. She did it with stencils and stamps. And oh, she was trying the liquid metal ones. They also make like liquid metal. I'm going to be maybe a foot up. I'm hoping for stunning results. Oh, that's cool. I feel like and you know me, the more water, the better. Okay, now I'm gonna do the salt thing. I already took the lid off. Why do I always have to do that? Are you producing anything? Do you see anything? I'm coming down to help me see better, maybe. Ooh, look, what do I see? That's weird. I see in the field monitor right there. Oh, I think it's, never mind. It's the light panel, the light from the light panel, so it looks like it's doing this. Yeah. Now I look like I'm doing a lot, but it doesn't feel like there's anything coming out. Let me see. Do I have to do it like at an angle? Oh, you know, I think I have to do it at an angle. Okay. Okay, let me grab a paper towel, not the top one, because I've been erasing on that one. And let us see. Oh, there we have the the snow coming down. That is cool. But I'm thinking I would like to see, I don't see as much purple in this. Don't ask me why I'm twisting, because just so you know, there's not a lot coming out, and you can't squeeze it. Honest, you cannot squeeze it. I'm a little bummed that this one doesn't seem to be working. The violet, my favorite color. I'm going to hit it with water again. So I'm going to... Phthalo green is like... What did I say? I said I was going to call it phthalo green. But apparently I've listened to too many people say it phthalo. Phthalo. Oh, I see some violet there, right? Man, it's very hard to tell, but we got a midnight scene going on. Man, I cannot tell. It looks horrible. Anybody else have a viewpoint? Gonna go this way. Oh, look at the bottom. Not that. I have to let that sit. When I do that, I need to pay more attention to where I left off when I twist out the color, I guess, is what I'm doing. Oh, I can kind of see it. Okay, I can kind of see it here because this Pretty-It paper is not all white. If I could do mountains maybe or something, snow-capped mountains. I'm gonna do the way I was always taught to do mountains. I really can't see what I'm doing. Wow, I gotta look at it up close and personal. Oh yeah, there. I can kind of see it there. See? Lots of snow. Oh, I missed a spot. And what is that? Already I got a stain on my paper. It's a color. I don't know what color it is though. Probably from here. It's probably from there. Snow-capped mountains. It's mostly so I can see it. That's why I have it off the paper like that. It's very awkward to to color like this. Now are mountains brown, green, or a mix, in your opinion? I don't know if they are. Maybe they are. Let's see, do some. See, no, I lost my mountains. I lost them. This is not art. I am not a professional by any means, so for all you professionals out there, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm making you cringe. Oh, man. She is horrible. This is... I'm still sticking with abstract art. Abstract art with a hint of a picture. Isn't that a train? Get out of my way, conductor is saying. Okay, then what is that? Okay, I'm also gonna put a little green in there. I wanna bring that up a little. I really don't need to keep this up here for you, I guess, but you know, just like, yeah. Maybe down closer to the valley, it's a little bit greener. Alright, do is that white there? I can't tell if that's the snow-capped part there. That maybe I haven't colored it in. I really have to put that up close to the eyeballs there because white on white here, very difficult to see. Where did that one go? Where'd that go? Okay. I kind of like this little mountain peak peeking out from these two mountains here. And this one, I'll be sure to add some green down here, I guess. The green powder. Oh, maybe, I was trying to remember. Somebody said that the Merlot, maybe it was in the comments and the reviews or something. Merlot is the same color as alizarin crimson. What is this? Okay, that one is sepia, indigo. Maybe I should try this one, Tierra Verde, which I think is green. It looks like it has the green on there. Okay. What is that, like a darker? Well, maybe I should put... There's no white paint. That kind of bothers me that... The green is... The regular phthalo green is kind of like a tealish. Has like a... Isn't like viridian green, somewhat like that? Okay, so I'm going to add that, which is the Terra Verde. And the Merlot, I want to see what color that is. Yeah, that has, I can, oh yeah, that's going to be like a magenta maybe. I'm going to put that at the top here. Yeah, that might be a pink. Like here. You can't see it. Where's that color? What's that color? Oh, yeah. This is a very messy thing. A very messy project. Let's see. I want to do not the indigo. Sepia. Would sepia be like a brown? Sort of brown. Okay, we might be making this whole thing might be brown when I get done with it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm also going to use the phthalo green. Oh, I didn't take the crayon to this bottom part here. Oh dear. Okay, then the ultramarine. I don't think I want to put a lot of the ultramarine on because that all of that is all of this right here is that color. So there was a lot of it. Oh no, be careful. Be careful. Ultramarine. And then I'm not sure I want to take the indigo because I think that's going to be way too dark of a color. Terra Verde. Okay, violet for some reason. I wonder if I slam it against something. I have to be careful because it's after midnight. keep it down. I have neighbors who sleep at night. I'm telling you, I get like little spritzes of powder. I seem to be getting more powder since I slammed it on the on the desk there a little bit. Also, I have this. I'm see if I can show you this. I don't think I can show you, but the silicone mat. Let's put some of these things in the box. Excuse my reach. I spilled some of the Merlot on here. Can I do that? I can a little. But I'm gonna take a baby wipe to that and see how much I got on my hands. How much I get on my gloved hands here. Ooh, look at that. Okay, that's not the Merlot. That's probably the brown. Maybe the sepia? No, that's gotta be the Merlot, because I don't think I got the sepia over here. Okay. Gonna move this back a little. And I'm gonna pick up the Merlot is like a burgundy maybe. I'm thinking, oh, you should see the colors I'm creating here. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. On the paper towel. I'm just dabbing the, look at that. Woo. That is so cool. That is very vibrant. You can see the Merlot in there. The sepia, which looks a lot like burnt sienna. And then we have this coming through. Oh yeah, I came through all of the sheets. That's okay. I just needed to kind of sop up the color, sop up the liquid from the edge of the paper. Okay, holding it back about 10 to 12 inches. Now, I didn't think about this, but do you think the salt would compromise the wax? Has anybody tried that with sea salt and watercolor and like a wax resist? Crayon resist of sorts? I have no idea. Oh, yeah. Running down off that. I should have done a river. So I did white there, right? Not green. That's wild. It just shows me how much I didn't color white on here. I thought I totally saturated the bottom here with white, and no. Again, can't see white crayon on white paper very well. Okay. Let's see, like that. Wow, that is wild looking. Now I'm getting carried away because I'm doing sea salt, Tammy. You're doing sea salt. Don't forget, you did that once before. Okay, gonna do it. I'm gonna shake it. I hear it coming. I hear it hitting the paper. I don't like that there's no setting to make a finer salt. This does like a medium to coarse. does like all different kinds, fine to medium to coarse, but mostly medium to coarse. Okay, ooh, that is a cool picture. Look at the mountains. Wow. I like it. Look, here's our little river. The little river. Okay, we're gonna do, I have to set that aside. This is totally saturated, practically the entire thing. This is the baby wipe. And I need I'm gonna use this paper towel. I'm going to put this over this right here. And I'm going to drag it since I have a lot of... Now see, now we have the violet going on there. I can use the paper here for any kind of background stuff. I seem to have a little frog in my throat. I don't know where that came from though. Okay, I was just getting rid of the river that's still trickling down, which is weird. Okay. I think I'm gonna put watercolor paper below every time I do sea salt and watercolor. I'm just gonna put that below and just kind of got a little frame going on there, but that's okay. We want to do this. We have to wait for it to dry. And we have this. Oh, I have to wait for this to dry. Should I hit this with water and also salt? Sure, why not? Sometimes I think if I go back, even though I can't reverse the turn, I can go a little bit. It kind of makes the grinder behave itself. That's weird. Okay. I will come back and show you any kind of effects, if any. Hello. Okay, I say hello because it's been a while. It has been a whole day because it's Saturday morning, and I got to do my editing today. But these are dry. I probably gave it too much time. Is there really too much time? 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours? I didn't wait that long. Okay. So the winner is this sheet. That's the winner. Look at that, on cold press paper, Fabriano. It's not 100% cotton. I think it's 25% cotton maybe, but this is what happens on cold press when you add watercolor or sea salt to watercolor. That's what you get, basically. So we're going to scrape that one first. Use that sheet. Also, I'm thinking, oh, I hope this doesn't make a lot of noise because it is about almost 4:30 in the morning. Believe it or not, it's not time for me to go to sleep just yet. That comes, 5 or 6 hours later. I think 6 hours later. That's where I am in my sleep routine. Going to bed when people are out and about. Wanted to see if any of that would come off. Okay. I removed all of the little cat hairs that I saw on there. And I used... Ugh, I just knocked down all those little bottles. You know, the inverted tweezers, I think they're called, or something. What are those things called? And that is very cool. Now, this was totally unintentional. I was not planning to add sea salt to the mix. I just wanted to put this paper down to create unintentional doodles. Now, would that be doodling is already unintentional, so I guess that's redundant. I don't know. But that's cool. I like it. I even like this part right here. That's kind of cool. Are there any faces? See any faces? Because usually I'm pointing them out to myself, basically, in editing. There are two eyes. If you look at certain spots that could look like eyes. Yeah, for me they just kind of look like flower bursts. And this looked a little bit on the yellowing side, but I did use a brown in here, the sepia, so I don't know if that got in there, probably. Okay, so of these two, I would say this one right here wins, and this one is the Prudiat paper. Wow, this also is 100% cotton, or so it says on the label there on the top. When I showed the book, the cover for the pad of paper. That's cool. Any more effect, or maybe we can see the effect better. I don't know. No, I don't think the salt had any effect on the crayon. That's wild. That's cool. I want to keep trying that, you know, maybe not mountains or whatever. But I really like that. That's cool. My funky mountains. Oh, what is this like? It's a pool on the mountain. That's cool too, right here. I was looking at that. That's cool. Okay, and then I was gonna put my gloves back on just in case there was any kind of staining going on, but also this is, oh, we got what? The results. Salt results. Just gonna mix it together here. But I don't think there's any staining once it dries. It doesn't seem to be coming off. Maybe this part, right? I also don't know if any of the grains, I did the paint powder grains rather. One, I remember pushing one aside. It might have been that. I just can't remember where it was on that one. But there was like a watercolor dot that I could press down on, and went like that, and it spread it, and it was on that paper there. And I thought, oh, I missed one. How could I miss one? That was weird. Look at this sucker. Look at this. Look at this. That is interesting right there. And the floating trees. The floating evergreen trees. Okay, now we're looking for... Pay no attention to those trees. We're just looking for the design that the sea salt created. I do see some... Well, you can see the dots right there. Right there, there. But I'm also looking at this part, paying more attention to that right there. I need a pointer. Oh. These little, maybe I'll point it this way. This part right there. Yeah, I don't know what's good for a pointer. That looks really cool right there. Really cool. And the one thing about this one is clearly I put too much of the ultramarine blue on there, and I wish the violet would have worked better. I think that is the violet there. Salt landed on it. Not enough of the violet in there. Which one do you think had the best effect? Should I come in a little? Maybe I'll come in a little bit more. Wow. That is, both of these pictures are really cool. I want to add the brown more on here to see if I can put these trees into the ground more than how they are. Can I do that? Where's the brown here? Okay, I'm gonna try it. I don't know if it'll have an effect or not. I can't see because the field monitor is showing all of the display on the Sony the Sony Handycam. Oh, there we go. I don't know what to say about that. There we go. Is that like a little knot? A knot there in the tree? Courtesy of a salt piece. Not too bad. That's all I have for you today. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a creative and artistic day. Bye.